Ever wondered what is lupus? Let's pull back the curtain on this mysterious term. Lupus in its essence is a chronic autoimmune disease. Now, what does that mean? Think of your immune system as a loyal guardian, always on the lookout for harmful invaders like viruses and bacteria. Its main goal is to protect your body from these threats. But imagine if this guardian gets confused and starts attacking the very thing it's meant to protect, your healthy cells and tissues. That's exactly what happens in lupus. The immune system, in a state of misdirection, turns against the body, leading to inflammation and damage. It's a bit like having a double agent within your own ranks. But don't worry, we're here to help you understand this complex condition. In the next few minutes, we will delve into the world of lupus, its causes, symptoms, and effects. Imagine your body's defense system turning against you. That's lupus for you. Now let's dive a little deeper into understanding this disease. You see, lupus is a chronic autoimmune disease. In simpler terms, it's a long-term condition where your body's immune system, which typically protects you from viruses and bacteria, starts to attack your own tissues and organs instead. Think of it like your body's soldiers mistaking your own cells for enemy invaders and launching an attack. Quite a twist, isn't it? This internal warfare can impact various parts of your body, including your skin, joints, and organs such as the heart and kidneys. Each person with lupus may experience the disease differently, as it can target different areas in different individuals. That's one of the reasons why lupus is often tricky to diagnose. When lupus affects your skin, it may cause rashes or lesions, often triggered by sunlight. If it targets your joints, it can lead to pain and swelling similar to arthritis. But when lupus attacks your organs, things get more serious. It can cause inflammation in your heart, lungs, and kidneys, leading to a wide array of health complications. It's important to note that lupus is not contagious. You can't catch it like a cold or flu. It's a disease that's largely internal, stemming from your own body's confused immune response. Now, the exact cause of lupus remains a mystery to medical science. There's no single known cause, but it's believed to be influenced by a combination of factors including your genetics, environment, and possibly even hormones. Sounds complicated, right? But don't worry, as we move along, things will start making more sense. After all, understanding lupus is the first step towards managing it effectively, and that's what we're here for. Stay tuned as we delve into the causes, symptoms, and effects of lupus in our upcoming segments. Now, you may be wondering, what causes lupus? Well, the answer isn't simple. Lupus is an autoimmune disease, meaning the body's immune system mistakenly attacks its own cells and tissues. But what triggers this? We don't have a definitive answer yet. It's a complex interplay of genetic, environmental, and hormonal factors. Let's break that down. Firstly, genetics. While lupus isn't directly inherited, it does seem to cluster in families. So if you have a first-degree relative with lupus, like a parent or sibling, you could be at a higher risk. But remember, that doesn't guarantee you'll develop the condition. We're still unraveling the specifics of how genes contribute to lupus. Then there's the environment. Certain environmental factors might trigger lupus in individuals who are genetically predisposed. These triggers could range from exposure to sunlight, which can induce skin lesions, to viral infections that might set off the disease. Even stressful life events or periods of intense physical activity could potentially provoke lupus. And finally, hormones. Lupus is more common in women than in men, and often symptoms first appear during the childbearing years. This suggests a potential hormonal influence, possibly involving estrogen. However, the exact relationship between hormones and lupus is still being investigated. It's important to note that these are just theories. Lupus is a multifactorial condition, which means it's likely not caused by one single factor, but by a combination of many. The relationship between these potential causes is intricate and not fully understood. Also, while we're talking about causes, let's bust a myth. Lupus is not contagious. You can't catch it from someone, nor can you pass it on. It's an internal battle, your immune system against your body, triggered by a complicated mix of factors. So, lupus is a bit of a mystery with many potential contributing factors. It's like a puzzle with missing pieces. But researchers are working tirelessly, piecing together the clues to better understand this enigmatic condition. And with every discovery, we move a step closer to unraveling the mystery of lupus. The symptoms of lupus can vary greatly from person to person. This variability stems from the fact that lupus is an autoimmune disease, meaning it can impact various parts of the body, from the skin and joints to the heart and lungs. However, there are some common symptoms that most people with lupus experience. One of the most common symptoms is fatigue. Many people with lupus report feeling extremely tired, even after a full night's sleep. This is because the body is constantly fighting off an internal attack, which can drain energy reserves. Joint pain is another common symptom. This can range from mild discomfort to severe pain and can affect any joint in the body. Often, the pain is accompanied by swelling and stiffness, particularly in the morning. Skin issues are also common in people with lupus. The most well-known is the butterfly rash, a red butterfly-shaped rash that spreads across the cheeks and nose. However, other types of rashes can also occur, and some people may experience hair loss. Fever is another symptom that many people with lupus experience. These fevers can be mild or high, and they can come and go without any apparent reason. It's the body's way of signaling that something is not right. It's important to note that these symptoms can be unpredictable. They can come and go, often flaring up during periods of stress or after exposure to the sun. The severity can also vary. Some people may experience mild symptoms, while others may have severe, life-threatening symptoms. Furthermore, lupus can mimic other diseases, making it a bit of a chameleon in the medical world. It can present symptoms similar to those of rheumatoid arthritis, heart disease, diabetes, or thyroid disorders, to name a few. This is why it's often referred to as the great imitator. With such a wide range of symptoms, lupus can often be hard to diagnose. But with careful observation and a thorough medical history, doctors can identify this complex disease and start the journey towards managing its symptoms. Living with lupus can have far-reaching effects on a person's life. It's not just a disease that affects your body. It's a condition that can touch every facet of your existence, from your physical health to your mental well-being and social interactions. Let's delve into the physical effects first. Lupus is a systemic autoimmune disease, meaning it can affect any part of the body. However, some areas are more commonly impacted than others. Over time, lupus can cause significant damage to vital organs such as the kidneys, heart, lungs, and even the brain. This damage can lead to serious complications, including kidney failure, cardiovascular disease, and neurological disorders. Many people with lupus also experience chronic fatigue and pain, which can significantly impair their daily functioning and quality of life. Now let's talk about the mental effects. Living with a chronic illness like lupus can take a toll on a person's mental health. Depression and anxiety are common among people with lupus, often as a result of dealing with persistent symptoms, frequent medical appointments, and the uncertainty of what the future holds. And then there's the social impact. The unpredictability of lupus can make maintaining social connections and regular activities challenging. Flare-ups can occur at any time, making it hard to commit to plans or maintain a consistent work schedule. This unpredictability, coupled with the physical limitations of the disease, can lead to feelings of isolation and loneliness. But it's important to remember, while these effects can be daunting, they are not inevitable. Effective treatments are available that can help manage symptoms and slow down the progression of the disease. And with the right support, people with lupus can lead fulfilling lives. So when we talk about lupus, we're not just talking about a medical condition. We're talking about a life-altering experience that can affect every aspect of a person's life. But as with any challenge, understanding its effects is the first step towards managing it and taking back control. Lupus doesn't just affect the body, it can touch every part of a person's life. So to wrap up, let's recap what we've learned about lupus. We've unveiled that lupus is a complex and multifaceted autoimmune disease, where the body's immune system mistakenly attacks its own tissues. It's a disease that wears many masks with a variety of potential causes, ranging from genetic factors to environmental triggers. Symptoms, too, are far from uniform, spanning across joint pain, fatigue, and distinctive skin rashes, among others. And the effects? They're profound, impacting both the physical health and emotional well-being of those affected. Lupus can cause complications in organs such as the heart, lungs, and kidneys, adding an extra layer of complexity to its management. Through this understanding, we can foster empathy for those battling lupus daily, and we can heighten our awareness, propelling us to contribute positively, whether it's through research, donation, or simply spreading the word. By understanding more about lupus, we can support those living with the disease and contribute to the search for a cure.